Sylvester McNutt III checking in. That's my real name. I don't know if you guys think it's a joke. That's legit my real name. It's Monday morning. Weather's starting to cool down in Arizona. I'm happy. I'm motivated. I just wanted to come here to give you some value. Here's what I want you to do today. This will change your life. This will instantly put you in a vibrational frequency where you'll start attracting people who are well, let me go back. Let's not talk about who we're gonna attract. Let's talk about who we're gonna become. Let me just make sure I'm not gonna get hit by a car. So here's some things I want you to do that's gonna instantly put you in a vibrational frequency where you can become a higher version of yourself. The second effect of this is it will then attract people. I'm just gonna go ahead and walk now. It will then attract people who operate at a much higher frequency than the people you're used to. In turn, this is going to give you a happier life. It's going to give you an attempt at a more, you'll have more abundancy in your life. Here's the first thing you're going to do. You're going to take a realistic inventory of who you are. You work your job, right? You work at a coffee house. You're going to go in there and you're going to count the espresso and these beans and these cups, and you're going to get an inventory. So you have to do the same thing with yourself. You have to count who you are, and you have to be fully aware of what you don't have. This is the most important thing to do. What do you have? What is it that you do not have? So let me give you a practical example of this. I am a person that I'm not very patient. This is what I don't have. I'm not very patient. When I feel like you're not giving effort to yourself, or when you're not trying, or when you're failing without trying to learn from it, I'm not very patient with those kind of people. So that's something I'm working on, right? I'm trying to work on my patience. Sometimes I expect that I'm gonna give my best, right? I know I'm gonna give my best. I know I'm gonna learn from my faults. So I expect other people to be that way. And that's not fair, that's not realistic. Other people are not gonna be the way you are. So to think another person is gonna be how you are is unfair to them. It's unfair to you, and it's unrealistic. And so this is something that I'm dealing with now, and it's causing me stress because I expect people to be a go-getter. Like, okay, I messed up, it's okay, let me get back at it. But that's not everybody, that's my mindset. So I'm working on my patience and my acceptance of everyone else. So that's the area of opportunity I have. Now, something that's great that I bring to the table is, I think I'm funny. So like in real life, I think I'm funny. So with my friends, I'm always trying to be like, I'm always a voice of reason, but at the same time, I'm always like the jokester. I'm always the, hey guys, it's all good, let's have fun, like, it's all good, you know? That's a realistic inventory of who I am. I'm a funny guy, I'm also a voice of reason, but at the same time, I'm not as patient as I could be. So now, you know who you are. Once you take a realistic inventory of who you are, now you can look at how other people deal with you. So I've already identified that sometimes I don't have the patience I need. So now I can look at my life and see, is there a person who receives that, who maybe doesn't express it, or who could benefit from me having more patience, or at least being aware of it? And the answer is yes. As I want you to do this practice today. I want you to take a realistic inventory of who you are. This is one of the principles of every book I've written. It is true introspection, to look inside and say, man, I suck at this, I'm good at this. But it's not judgment. Do not judge yourself. One of my spiritual teachers that I've always looked up to is jidda Krishnamurti. And one thing he says is the highest form of human intelligence is to look at oneself without grading oneself. That's what this exercise is about. I want you to look at yourself without grading yourself. Just say, hey, I do this well, I don't do this well. That doesn't mean you internalize the pain of what you don't do well and get down on yourself. And that doesn't mean you create some narcissistic entitlement because you do one thing so great. We all have balance. So guys, I'm out of here for the day. This is Sylvester McNutt III. That's my real name. You're gonna raise your vibrations with this practice. I promise. Try it. Do it for about a week. And after you do it for a week, go ahead and look at your life the next week. I guarantee you it's gonna be vibrating at a frequency that's so much higher than it is right now. Peace and love.